We've all had that heart-stopping moment, right? A little trip, a slip, a sudden loss of balance. But you know what? It's what happens next that truly matters. So today, we're not going to focus on falling. We're going to talk about rising. We're going to build a simple, powerful plan that can help turn that fear into real confidence. This one idea gets right to the heart of it. It completely flips the script on how we think about falls. Just like it says here, falls don't cause disability. Inability to recover does. It's that moment on the floor, the not knowing what to do next. That's the real risk. And guess what? That's a problem we can absolutely solve. So let me ask you a really important question. If you fell right this second, would you have a plan? A clear step-by-step process ready to go in your head? For most people, the honest answer is probably no. But that's about to change. A plan is what turns panic into power. And today, we are building that plan together. So, why is having a plan so critical? Well, it's not just about the bump or the bruise from the fall itself. The real danger, and what we're talking about here, is the weight. Every minute you spend on the floor can increase the risk of other problems. Our goal isn't to rush, but to be methodical and safe, and to replace that helpless feeling with a clear strategy. All right, this is it. This is the core of our plan. We're going to walk through a simple 8-step process. I want you to think of it like learning a short dance, something you can practice until it's just automatic, total muscle memory. Let's dive in. Step 1 is actually the hardest because it goes against your every instinct. Your first thought is to scramble right back up, but I'm telling you, don't move. Just take a deep breath. Rushing is how a minor injury can become a major one. Just take a second for a quick body scan. Feel any sharp pain? If there's any doubt at all, the right move is always to call for help. Okay, once you've checked yourself and you're good to move, we start with a simple roll. Now here's the trick. Let your head lead the way. Just like you see here, turn your head first and your body will naturally want to follow. This isn't just easier, it's a really smart way to protect your neck and spine. So from your side, the next move is to push up onto your hands and knees. Get into that all-fours position. And once you're there, you need to pause. Seriously, I can't stress this enough. Your blood pressure needs a second to catch up with you. If you rush this step, you might get dizzy, so just hang out there for a moment and let your body get stable. Okay, now it's time to find your anchor point. Take a look around the room for the most stable, solid thing nearby. We're looking for something that's not going to budge, like the heavy chair we see here. Once you've picked your target, go ahead and crawl toward it. So, once you've reached your anchor, it's time to get your hands in position. You're going to want to place them firmly on the seat of that chair. Spread your fingers out nice and wide, just like in the picture. This creates a really strong, stable base. This is the foundation for the most important part of the lift, which is coming up right now. Now for the absolute game changer, step 6. From that all-fours position, you're going to slide your stronger foot forward and plant it flat on the floor. See that? This half-kneeling lunge position? This is everything. It's not just some random movement. It's mechanically the most powerful way to get your body ready to stand up. And here we go, the final push. You're going to drive through that front foot, use your hands on the chair for support, and slowly lift yourself up. As you come up, just pivot your body and ease yourself down onto the chair. Again, the key here is control. Think slow and steady the whole way. And you did it! You're up, you're seated safely. But wait, the process isn't quite over. The final crucial step is to just rest. Your body's been through a lot in that moment. Your blood pressure needs to settle down. So just give yourself a few minutes to sit and breathe before you even think about getting up and walking around. So we've got the how, but I always find the why super fascinating. This isn't just a random list of tips, it's a sequence that's actually engineered around the science of how your own body works. Let's take a quick look at why this technique is so darn effective. It all boils down to that lunge. That one single position from step 6 is the secret sauce to the whole thing. Why? Because it puts your body in the perfect position to generate the most force with the least amount of effort. It's basically the biomechanical sweet spot for standing up. And hey, this isn't just theory. It is backed by actual science. A recent study looked at something called peak muscle activation. Basically, researchers measured the electrical activity in people's muscles to see which movements fired them up the most. And as you can see, the undisputed winner for engaging those big, powerful muscles you need to stand up was that exact half-kneeling position. Don't just take my word for it. The researchers' own words confirm it right here. This position requires the highest muscle activity. So when you get into that lunge, you're not just hoping for the best. You are scientifically setting your body up for a successful lift. Pretty cool, right? Okay, so knowing how to get up is incredibly empowering. But let's be honest, the ultimate goal is to try and stay off the floor in the first place. So how do we shift from recovery to prevention? Let's talk about the power of being proactive. A major clinical trial decided to tackle this question head on. They took two groups of people. One group got the usual care from their doctors, while the other was enrolled in a really specific exercise program called FAME. The whole point was to see if targeted exercise could make a real, measurable difference. And oh man, the results were incredible. Take a look at this chart. A full year later, almost half of the people in that special FAME program were still meeting key physical activity goals. That's a huge jump over the group that just got standard advice. This shows the program built lasting healthy habits. But here it is. This is the number that really matters. Those lasting habits had a direct, real-world impact. The FAME group experienced a 26% reduction in falls. Let that sink in for a second. That's more than a quarter fewer falls. That is a truly life-changing difference that comes from targeted preventative exercise. So, we have our recovery plan, and we have our prevention strategy. The final piece of the puzzle is your next move. This is where we bring it all together to build not just physical strength, but that amazing confidence that comes from knowing you're prepared. So, what can you do starting today? Well, here's a simple action plan. First, practice this technique, just a few times a week on a soft carpet until it feels second nature. Second, talk to your doctor about your personal fall risk. Third, ask them specifically about proven programs, like the FAME program we mentioned. And finally, share this knowledge. A plan is even more powerful when the people who care about you know about it too. Look, we've laid out the entire blueprint. You now have the knowledge for both recovery and prevention. But as this final slide asks, are you ready to practice it? Because, knowledge is just potential. Practice is power. So take this plan, make it your own, and build the confidence to know you're ready for anything. Thanks for joining me.